This is Carol from LeadMaster CRM. I'm one of the senior technologists here, and I custom configure the CRM along with my team for a variety of business types, including insurance agencies. We have many such clients. So when you come into the interface, it's clean and simple. This is your main menu up here, and LeadMaster is terrific because whether you're on a smartphone using our free iPhone app or on an Android using our free Android app, you get the same functionality. So here we have what we call our blue menu, and the blue menu gives you your to-do list. And as you make appointments or set reminders for yourself related to records, those appointments and reminders populate out here, and you can manage your own to-do list by accomplishing the task and then clicking it off and saying mark it as complete or delete it. So basically you're managing your own to-do. Your to-do items also show up in your calendar, and you have a group calendar as well, in which, if management wishes, all persons who have access to the system can be listed vertically, and you can see what they're up to in any given day. We have a library, which is very useful for putting templates and things that people need to see and use. You can add leads by hand through our Add Lead menu, but for the most part, leads tend to be brought in volume in spreadsheets, and we also can map your web forms in so that they flow in as new leads. We also have several phone dialers, which can create records in the database for you. You can set up campaigns, marketing campaigns, any kind you like. You can do email blasts. You can do lead nurturing campaigns. This would be a typical lead nurturing or drip marketing track, in which you might define a few emails and assign people to the track inside the record. And on the first day that they're assigned, they get the first email, and then in this case 3 days later they get another one, 2 days after that they get the final one. And you can even set a reminder to notify the users that someone has finished the entire track, and then to do something else, to follow up or whatever. You can stratify your emails over, weeks, months, days, whatever you wish. So additionally, we have a very, very robust administration menu, which is available not to every user but to the administrator. And our search engine is extremely robust. Every single user gets access to all of these search parameters. All of this, of course, is configured for you as you need it. You can search at the record level, at the individual person contact level. We have an archive. You can move records into the archive and put them back in the general population when you want to use them again. And if you're recording your pipeline opportunities going forward, then you're able to search on those as well. It's quite handy. We have extensive reporting capability. We have many canned templates, 6 different groups of about 16. And you can use the template, you can filter the template, create your own report name and hit go, and it will create your report. That report can be pinned out to the blue menu so that you only create it once and it's constantly updating itself. You can even subscribe others to your report. So instead of having to report every week on Friday at 3 o'clock, you can subscribe everyone to your report, and it will be dynamically updated and sent to them every Friday at 3 o'clock. We also have extensive custom reporting capability, and that's quite useful. So here is a typical record layout that we might see in an insurance industry configuration. Here we can see contact information, and then we have record type, which shows us whether it's a senior prospect or an existing client or a health insurance prospect, whatever it is, disability, even an agent being recruited. So You can define your look at your records any way you want, just simply by creating your own view. This is just one that I created. So going down into a record, sorry, this video tool kind of slows things down a mite. We have a couple of different views. This is what we call the tab view, and each user can set his own view. In the tab view, you have these tabs, and you only see what's under the tab when you click on the tab. It's quite efficient. You also have the opportunity to come up here and say, hide the tab, set my default to scroll the record. Some people prefer that, but I'm going to go back to my tab view for a minute here. And so here I am in the tab view. My demographics are on the top. Your fields may vary a little bit, but generally demographics are pretty standard. You can have a snapshot. This tells me that the lead has been in the system for 52 days. I have defined a lead life cycle through which most of my leads go, starting with new and ending with either we sold them, won them, or we lost them, or they're inactive, or whatever. And this is just a quick shot that shows me the first 4 levels of my life cycle and shows me that an appointment's been set in this case. I can have as many contacts as I want, and I can add contacts easily simply by clicking this add button, which pops up a little menu, allows me to add my contact information. I hit add and save it, and it will put that person right here in the bottom of the list. This CRM assumes that it is now the outbound vehicle for communication. So when I wish to connect with Linda, the primary contact here, I can go over here to the little icon for email and hit that, and it will bring up a blank email template with a nice WYSIWYG kind of editor. Now, if I'm really smart, what I do is I go out and create my own letterhead, which I can bring in, and it will load automatically. Now I have rather a nice presentation. And this tool will load the person's email address. You can add your CCs and your BCCs. You can put in your subject. You go ahead and write your email. If you need to make attachments, just hit the add button. It's our standard convention. Takes you out to your computer. You grab whatever document it is you need to attach, and you're pretty much ready to go. Now you can send a copy to yourself using this send test email message button. If you like the way it looks, great, you're ready to go. If not, you can do some editing, send it back to yourself, and when you're comfortable, you hit the send button. Upon hitting the send button, now that email has gone off to that prospect, and we have now tracked every communication to Linda, because by clicking on her name and looking at her email history, we can see all emails which have gone out, from whom they've gone, and we can even view them. When she actually opens it or clicks on it, we'll also get a message that she's done that. We have a lead profile. In this case, usually, we'll have a sales stage or a life cycle. I referred to that earlier. And here we have defined one that goes from a new lead through scheduling appointments, through perhaps quoting, and ultimately either you make a sale, the person is going to be nurtured for the future, they're not ready, or they're not interested, or whatever. So what happens is we write automation, and based on certain triggers in the record that people set, this sales stage is set automatically. You can have record type if you want to divide your market by different verticals. Campaign. You can decide on all the campaigns that you want. You can track your lead source over here, whatever you want. You can score your leads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hot, warm, cold, whatever you want. Probability is available. Again, this is highly customizable, so whatever you need is what we build. I'm going to skip around here, but there's a method to the madness. You can have fields that enable you, as you're just talking to this person on the phone, to capture. For example, if she wants short-term medical, I can have loaded all of my providers in here, and I could say, oh, Assurance sounds like something she might want, and save it. just quick kind of update things. Very useful in prospecting. And then we have forms. These are powerful too. You can decide what forms you have, but these forms are available to those who are doing the prospecting and doing selling. If, for example, we have brought in data from your web forms on your website, we might have a form into which some of that auxiliary data flows automatically. Again, I'm sorry, this is slogging down a little bit because of the video tools, but this might be an example of a form. And what we do is we structure it so that it's easy to fill out, and you're literally picking and choosing wherever you can, typing in as little free-form text as you can, and then all of these fields become data mineable, searchable, reportable, whatever. You can do all kinds of things in here. We've got some standard sort of forms. And we have things like an auto insurance form. Perhaps you're selling auto insurance, and that data is quite different. Perhaps you're recruiting. We have a form for that too. We have a senior prospect form as well. And the senior prospect form is different from all the others. So it's your data, your way, and your data becomes searchable and mineable. And these forms are readily available to whomever is working in the record. Custom forms are really great. If you make any callbacks in the record, the callback or the reminder or the appointment will show up here. It will show up in a person's to-do list who is assigned. It will show up in the person's calendar. You can never lose track of what you need to do. You can attach your files. Just by hitting the add button, you go out to your computer, grab a file, bring it back in. You can always make comments, of course, but in trying to create a good, succinct database, we try to have a data element for all the critical data that you're going to need for reporting and measuring your business. What's left is comments. And so you can put comments in here. You can type away all you want, click any of the Update Go buttons, and what will happen is that the comments will flow into this area, which is an audit trail. Pull this up a little bit. And what you'll see is my comments have come in, and I have a date, a time, and a user stamp. So no matter what I do to the record, there's an audit trail that's recording everything. Very handy. Now, in this system, we have the ability to record the pipeline. If I'm talking to Linda Caron and I sense that she's going to be interested to buy sometime soon, I can hit pipeline, I can hit add, and I can create a new pipeline opportunity. Here I just created one. She wants to have some personal insurance, and I could maybe pick what type, perhaps life insurance. And maybe I could say, well, I'm still prospecting, and maybe we got a 25% probability, and we think she might be interested to purchase in November. We're not sure. And what I've done here is I've come down to my solution details, and I have loaded into a table all of my offerings. So by hitting add, I'm able to go out and select, oh, a Surety Life. That sounds like it's going to work for her. There's the name of the plan, there's the vendor, there's a price which you can override, and you can even flow it out over 12 months if you want to see the true value of the pipeline opportunity. Hit recalculate and save it. And now what you've got is the ability to begin reporting across all your leads from an opportunity perspective, a front log perspective. How much revenue would we earn if we actually closed everything that's in the front log? The other good thing is that when you're ready to quote it, you use the same table of solutions, hit your add button, and you'll come up with a little quote template. What happens is you give it a name, and you pull up any one of many quote templates. You may have different ones for different lines of business. And here I've got the Surety Life offering. Excuse me. I can now create a PDF of it. And this PDF shows my solution, what I'm quoting for the month. and I can create the PDF and send the email direct to the client. I get my email template. I can go out, I can get my letterhead, let's say. It will populate. I can write my cover letter, hit send, and it's going to fire off this lovely quote. We also have ways if they're accepting the quote by clicking on a button. Now, the other thing, in addition to being able to track your pipeline and your quoting, is here in this system we have tremendous flexibility. We have built in a hierarchy of users. Our hierarchy consists of 4 levels. So oftentimes what you'll see is that the master company, the head company, is here with a couple of management users. And then you may have regional managers or people that are internal sales agents. And you may also have partner agencies and reps that belong to those agencies. And the beauty of LeadMaster is either you can buy a license for all of your partner reps so that they can be assigned leads, they log into the system, they see only the leads assigned to them, they do not have free reign in the system, and they only see the fields that you want them to see, but they can update their leads. It's fabulous. The other option that you have is that for these partner organizations, agents, what you can do is buy them a reduced license, which is very inexpensive, and it means that instead of their ever logging into the system, they actually don't have a login at all. They only think that they do. An email goes out to them saying, here is your new lead. Please follow up. You can decide the wording. And it gives some information, whatever's in the lead, allows them to click here. They go out to a web portal. It looks and feels like they're in the database. They're not. They can update this record. They can do all kinds of things. They can even come down here and fill out forms, like the auto insurance form. And when they do their updates and save those updates, and when they put in their comments here and save them, they save the entire file, and all those updates flow right into the record, even though these partner reps have no license and never log on to the system. So you can either have them full access to the system, still restricted to just the leads that they have been assigned by you, or you can have them with this Lead Express capability, which is an emailed lead and emailed update capability.